Yo, everyone. Okay.
Good evening.
Welcome back. Welcome back. This is the Three Marketeers Show. I can see everybody having this mic already. I think one day I also need to get a mic like this.
What
I don't
mic?
know. I like Chihuahua, like very young one goes then like
Like
mic like
a
that.
karaoke mic.
So you
the
sing
one not
karaoke at
connect,
home,
the one just show only, not connected one. See the wire is missing.
I like that. I like
It's
that.
unplugged.
So it's really, I mean, as you say, unplugged. This is really a very super crazy unplugged session because
Yes, it is.
it's a very impromptu. Because okay, at first we at first just three of us planned to come up and wing lah, and then eventually Chihuahua was sharing with me some very interesting scenario that happened to him over the weekend. So I thought that it would be awesome that he can come in and share with us about what are the precautions. So that's why we positioned tonight's episode, this episode as an episode that we will discuss about the best practices.
Yep.
So
By the way, what we're doing now for all of listeners, we're preparing succession planning. Just in case if any one of us don't show up, then we're gonna call you should I come up. So let's just pick up.
Yeah. Okay.
Succession planning.
We are training Chihuahua. I mean, he is already
Yes.
our fourth marketer, but I think he needs to appear a little bit more frequent lah.
Definitely.
Unofficial.
You need to start taking that stage as like like really. You're supposed to have trained a bit of your stamina in terms of like being the host over here.
Yeah. Otherwise, how can we go on vacation, man?
Huh?
Yeah, well,
What?
no, hey, if you don't forget, 1 or 2 episodes, I was actually doing it elsewhere.
Penang.
Yeah, I was in Penang.
Really cool, man.
Yeah, one episode I was doing it in Penang, in my hotel room. So I think this could happen as and when it happens lah. So
We are still waiting to go to Singapore and hang out with Manfred, and then we can do the show there.
Yeah.
Likewise, I also want to
Marina
go KL.
Then we bring a stereo mic that we can just have that everybody, just three of us, talk at like a round table.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be quite interesting.
That'd be
also,
cool. Yeah, we do it at Riverside.
Okay. All right. So we have Richard here. Say hi to Richard. Richard.
Hey, Richard.
Hey.
Reporting. Awesome. Thank you for joining us. Now today we talk about best practices lah. So eventually, I think when it comes to digital marketing, there are certain things that we have to watch out for, because as we all know, digital marketing, as the word suggests, as the term suggests, is everything virtual. And when it comes to virtual, shit can happen. So when shit happen, it could be very difficult to bring it back to the old state. That's why he had a shit hit the fan. I mean, I guess shit wouldn't trigger YouTube to flag my video. Then it was a rare. It was really a situation where he ran into that. I believe it's totally worth sharing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Chihuahua, you do your storytelling a little bit.
Do tell, man. Do tell.
Not ashamed to share this because it's actually a learning kind of thing for everyone.
Right.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And this will actually raise some red flags to shit. Once this is over, I need to go back and look at the settings that I've done. Basically, the story is the Facebook business manager, got compromised.
Facebook business manager got compromised. Okay.
Scary, right? The word itself.
Unauthorized access.
So meaning, I don't know how they got it, either through a hack or either through a Trojan or whatever. You just get in,
Right.
and then after that, once the hacker in a way came in, and then start demoting everyone, all the admins from the BM.
So the unauthorized one has admin access.
Yes,
Wow.
not only 1, 3.
Oh shit.
So-
Admin access.
So imagine suddenly your BM suddenly got 3 admins, and then after that you are suddenly being demoted into employee instead of admin.
Wow.
And imagine that I'm the creator of the BM,
Mm.
So how can they actually demote the creator? That's the interesting part.
Mm.
So in a way, the 3 unauthorized accounts came in. After that, start demoting all the admins to employees. Then after that, they start removing access, meaning they demote the admin to employees. At the same time, they remove the access of the employee from the ad account, meaning you do not have access to an ad account anymore.
Wow.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, how many people left?
You mean the
How many
the
people-
the
how-
real admins?
Ah,
About 5-6 of them.
wow.
Yeah, 5-6 of them. Yeah. So they're all demoted in a way. Then after that, even to an extent that some clients who I assign them as admins, yeah, they get removed as well. They get removed as well. Yeah.
Does
Scary.
it trigger an email to the respective stakeholders who got promoted or demoted when an action is triggered out?
I don't think so.
Email no?
Under the Facebook business settings, you actually can trigger notification emails for log.
It's not a default thing.
It's not default. Yes, you have to set the notification.
Oh.
Yeah, scary. And the reason I found out this is because the hacker was trying to increase the ad spending threshold through a ticket.
Through a ticket.
So they raised the ticket and requested to increase the threshold.
To increase the ad spending. So into 6 figure, 7 figure, they keep on putting like 200 plus thousand 0000 all the way at the end.
Wow.
Yeah. So obviously, of course, that got flagged, and then after that, of course, Facebook didn't allow this part. But then the rogue business admins are already inside, so I lost access to all my ad accounts. All my ad accounts. So you are pretty much locked out of your house.
And you mentioned you had two-factor authentication, everything set up, right?
You have 2FA. I have backup admins. In a way, backup admins also now demoted into employees.
Yeah, anybody that they.
Yeah. Then.
But all the other admin access, did they implement two-factor? Is it across the board or only you?
Yeah.
They also implemented.
Also implemented.
Oh.
And interestingly, all the other admins inside the PM, they don't actually go inside. It's just as a backup. Yeah, because I'm the only one doing Facebook ads, like myself. I'm doing everything myself. So they are actually just there in case
But in security, the weakest link is always the weakest link. So there could be one or two accounts that they didn't turn on the 2FA and they were compromised. That's how they got in.
Correct. But then again, on my side, all 2FA all enabled. So I do not. And the scary thing is, once they go in, they start kicking one out, they remove access to ad accounts. The business settings, then after that, you can see your business information. Yeah, verified or not, whatever, right? All becomes blank one.
How to become blank? To become blank?
They really get access, so they start editing and then removing.
But you can't edit a business information without replacing with new one. You can't change an address easily. You can't change an email address easily. You can't change phone number easily. But how do they do that?
Probably it's because at that point of time, they removed me as only an employee. So probably that's why I see blank lah. Probably lah.
Yeah.
Probably. Then after that, at the bottom there, you can see 3 new admins. So who the heck are these guys? and if you export the logs, you'll see that everything happens within 2 minutes.
Wow.
So it's technically very bot-like rather than human-like.
That's why I think, Chiwai, before you continue with the story, which you have a second part, so guys, wait for it.
Oh, there's a second part.
Yeah, there is a second part. But I think we need to understand a few things. First, newly added full admin can't change anything within 7 to 14 days.
Okay.
If you guys have not encountered this thing, in fact, if you are being given full admin access to a new BM, you can't do changes to the BM within 7 days, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Wow,
Yes.
That's something new.
It's like that.
But
you can't assign new people, you can't change role, you can't do anything.
I see.
But that's what happened to Chiwai, right?
Yes. So for this case, right, that's why I want to give you bullet to shoot Facebook.
Yeah.
You asked them. I thought
the only part that I know is that if let's say for example Andrew created a new Facebook account, and you want to create a new Facebook page on the same day, and you want to apply for business admin, no, you can't do that. That one I know.
Yeah. So
Everything under the same day you cannot do
correct. The other scenario is because back then I was being added into clients at Facebook Business Manager often. So as a new BM admin, right, I can't do changes. I think for 7 days.
I see.
Yeah, so we need to wait for 7 days until I am allowed to do this thing. Okay, so
By the way, here's a fifth marketer. We're
we have the
training her.
fifth
So we're
marketer in training.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
we're
so
gonna
she's
Sorry,
gonna be like,
start them young.
she's totally ready to go on camera. Huh? You gotta train her. Okay. So that's the first thing that we can use as a bullet, because by right, if the setting remains the same lah, they shouldn't be allowed to start changing, demoting people.
Can I check
Yeah,
something?
question. Yeah.
The 3 unauthorized account, are they added? You check the log here, so they are added quite new lah.
Yes, very new.
Who added them? Huh?
That's the thing. I do not know.
So the log don't mention. It's all subsequent, as in, say example, 10 minutes apart or something like that.
The logs will only show what happens onto the admin access.
You don't have the timestamp.
Got timestamp and everything, but the thing is, they do not show when this new admin come in.
They don't show when lah.
Yeah, so that's the weird part.
Because as you understand, right, a new admin added, when the new admin being added, it has to be added by an existing admin, right? Like, who the hell is that, right? So like Richard brought a case. Richard has some sharing over here, which is useful. So Richard say, if an admin wants to add a new people, it needs a second admin to approve. That's probably something new that I don't know. So you see, even things like that, right? It should raise a flag. That's why even you say it's a bot coming in, you have to question Facebook. Why is such thing happening? What happened to your system?
Yeah, there's a lot of fail-safe in place.
Supposedly unauthorized admin.
Because it's just if you look at the logs, it's just way too fast to happen. Like, okay, the rogue account come in, after that I click next, then after that click what, I click okay, find each and every one, and click remove. But it just happened way too fast. Within 2 minutes, you can see the logs all happen there.
Then you got demoted already, man. Then you can't do shit anymore.
Maybe your client is not using 2FA, plus the password is very easy to guess.
No. GY is saying it is his own VM, and all of the admins have 2FA.
Yes.
If it's your own VM, then all got 2FA. Then how on earth?
How right?
So why 3?
I'm sorry. Yes, 3.
If a hacker want to hack 1, is it sufficient? Why 3? Then the question is, you can't even know this 3. Is it subsequent? As in, like 10 seconds apart or something like that? No.
Yeah, you do not know, because only when I go to business info, you see, I got 3 new names there. Oh, what the heck are these
Then the
guys?
names is some random numbers.
Some decent proper name numbers, not like those phishing emails with some alphanumeric kind of thing. No,
some proper name like Hillary Tan or something.
Why must Hillary?
And you see, if you go to the business info, right? Then after that, business info site, the settings that you can edit and then put all your emails and whatever, right? The email, right? They changed my email to another email, which is very similar to my email with some gibberish.
This is very interesting.
Yeah.
It looks like your personal email. It looks like.
Looks like it.
Maybe the I become 1.
Yeah, very bot.
I MGY become 1 MGY lah.
Very bot-ish. Very bot.
But where are you going, Manfred? Why are you actually raising all this?
No, I'm trying to think.
I'm also trying to understand why are you asking this, because like at first you're asking why 3 new admin added. You're trying to ask
where are we
why.
going with this, man?
Everybody thinks differently, you see.
That's why I'm interested. I'm interested to find out why are you actually going there.
I'm looking forward to the new Batman show, so I'm in the detective mode. This movie is more into detective mode, not brutal violence itself. So I'm keen.
Wow.
Hacking is a very interesting topic,
Manfred has just replaced Darth Vader with Batman for the year 2020.
That's why sometimes Manfred has got different way. Then tonight he is actually like kind of like the Riddle guy in Batman movie.
I don't know.
Come and ask very interesting question.
Idea.
I think.
Okay, so what are the learning lessons there?
I think okay, now Richard is just asking, could be the same admin gonna fish. I mean, here's the thing.
Looks like a phishing attempt.
It's not an attempt already. It's a successful.
Look at a phishing attack.
Yeah, very successful case. Because if it's an admin, that's why we need to check with Facebook which admin brought these people in? I think that would be the first question that I want to know. So if we know which admin brought them in, right, at least we know that, okay, now then we find out, is this admin, do they have a 2FA? Because to be frank, it happened to my ex-client before. Okay, they were damn lucky because the dude came in and took over, right? They didn't do anything. Luckily, they didn't do anything.
Not yet, lah. They're setting up for that.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
It's a big brand, you know. It's a big brand, you know. Close to 200,000 page likes, you know, on their Facebook page.
Ooh.
So when they took over, right, it was really a crazy hustle. So lucky enough, when it was being held by the hacker, nothing happened. But at least we knew at the end of the day, we knew that it was actually one of the account who's a full admin got compromised. At least we know.
How
see,
do
that's
you
why-
know in the first place? What else was a trigger?
We asked Facebook lah.
No, as in,
You have
how
all
do
the
you
logs, right?
realize
You tell me.
something went wrong? How do you realize?
Interestingly, Facebook will have an investigation team that they will backtrack. So for my case, yes, I start triggering the level 1 support, and then after chat a bit, they even actually offered me a call, which is fantastic. Like, on a Sunday, not bad, from
Trying to match up with Google, ma.
She happened already, ma. He's the fan already,
Yeah.
You know,
they,
do call
they offered me a Blue Jeans call somewhere, So Blue Jeans call, then after that, talk. But the only thing that they can do is actually to raise a ticket for level 1. So they raise a case for me. Then after that, interestingly, the same day itself, the same evening itself, I got access back, and the rogue BM accounts were removed already. So I go in and check. I make sure that I do some spring cleaning So make sure that all the ad accounts are actually connected back to the assets, and all the employees change back to admins and all those kind of stuff. So
Right.
I did a bit of spring cleaning and make sure that everything's okay. Of course, before that, change password to FA again, everything changed.
Everyone changed password.
All tighten up. So that's the first part of the story. That's the first part of the story, whereby I'm lucky they came in. They didn't manage to do anything, probably because they didn't manage to raise the ad spend threshold. They couldn't do anything. So I got it back without any damages.
All right.
However, I got an ad account, but the ad account belongs to the client, meaning the client assigns us to manage the ad account. And that one got compromised as well. They removed my access from the ad account, and something happened to that ad account. That one, sadly, they managed to increase the threshold to about 210,000. Yes. And they spent all within one day. One day, they spent about near to $4,000.
Wow.
Yes, 1 day 4,000. Meaning their cost. I just look at the ads manager for fun. Wow, they do rogue campaigns. The campaign is exactly the same campaign name as whatever that I did previously for the client. It's fun, same name one, no, the campaign name, same name one. Then after that, they have their own ad sets. After that, it's a traffic campaign. It's actually a conversions campaign. Conversion campaign linked to a website. Then after that, there's a landing page. There's a landing page. Cost per conversion about 300 plus or more. I mean, I look at the numbers just for fun. 300 plus per
The
conversion.
content of the duplicated campaign is exactly the same.
No, they run their own ads, meaning the bot ran their own ads.
Wow.
Run
The
their own.
ads itself is different. The creative, the copy is different thing.
Yes.
They do it for their own purpose.
Yeah, and it goes and is advertised by a different page. Scary,
Really scary. Really scary.
Yeah.
Really scary.
I interrupt a bit.
Yep.
Remember last time, I keep telling you, I keep seeing those commercial, the male erectile thing. Then I always go and report. Remember the joke?
Yep.
I keep seeing, Then I notice the brand, the page, Facebook page, I'm very curious. It's always some really legit business, like some German restaurant or something like that. Confirm is gonna hack one. Serious. Then they go and advertise this thing. So they advertise, they reach the objective, then capture the thing gone, then they find the next one. But of course it's different. But the thing they are selling is always the same thing, the so-called banned content in Facebook. So my question to GY, what are they advertising?
Jason, I actually sent you the screenshots. Blanco lah. So you can actually share if you want to.
You can share screen if you want.
Wait,
So GY, am I right to say that they are using it as in they attack the account, they use it for unlawful purposes?
Yes.
Obviously.
Meaning because you have your own you have your payment method inside already, so once they get in, they will not alter your existing one. They'll create their own campaign, they'll create their own ads, but you pay lah.
Yeah, using your money to run the ads lah, which is
and they know that it's actually a short one until the owner realize. So
Right.
the ad spend is actually very, very high.
You got install Facebook Ads Manager on your phone, right?
Yep, I do.
And it doesn't alert you lah.
It doesn't alert me because I'm already removed now. Remember?
Facebook Ads Manager alert us almost nothing, to be frank.
Yeah.
Almost nothing, if you ask me. Okay, let me show you the ad. Behold, guys. Wait, let me bring this up. Gotta bring this okay. I'm just gonna share the screen. Okay, Lucas 97. Wait. Let me bring up the screen.
You're using
my screen?
bot to attack. Then the actual Ads Managers definitely.
Can see
How come they managed to change the page name?
Lucas 97.
The Facebook page, there's a drop down. So if you click on the drop down, the legit one is still there, but they can change it to another one. Meaning they can alter the business and use this on another business.
Very interesting. That's why you won't know what will happen to you to you until you encounter this thing. Because I do believe okay the way I look at it, it has to be something that is not. I mean, I don't think it's done by human, to be frank. It come in
It's
too
very
fast.
botish. It's very botish.
Yeah, damn fast, because immediately they add admin, they add pages,
Then pop.
not just admin,
That's
they
not
add
running
pages, they request all these things, everything is all all well planned one, it's like all really like a syndicate thing. So they come in, they do whatever, and they just take. So I think that's why the reason why we bring up this episode, I think up to now you guys should already know, is to actually share with you some best practices. So what can we learn from here? I mean, Chiwai will actually go through, but I think Richard brought up a good point. He was saying that the 2FA can fail if the code is SMS. The phishing can go to the phone. Okay, this is what he shared.
Do the phone,
Because hard to say, we don't know what can hack into a phone.
Yep.
I mean, I do not want to say which phone has got more vulnerability or whatnot lah. That's why I don't do SMS, because to a certain extent, right, SMS is quite slow. It could sometimes go missing. It didn't come in. That's why I use the Google Authenticator.
Authenticator app, better.
Yeah, I use the Google Authenticator. So
just want to add, I also know that some people in China, they cut hold your phone, they key in something, they can pass whatever information, they hijack all information to another phone. It's possible.
Copy.
The call and
Welcome to the digital world.
But Authenticator app has one flaw. No? If your phone spoiled, then how?
you can get a new phone and install the Authenticator, because you can go through the process again.
Okay.
I don't know.
You can. As long as you have your laptop or so-called your main account is logged in, you can actually still go through this thing. I think you still can. I don't think they are so stupid lah. Like phone gone, then everything is gone, then they don't play lah. Jala like
that. The most worrying thing I get out of this story is, of course I bring this up to the Facebook ads. My account manager. His hand alone got 4 cases, similar, excluding his colleague ones.
Wow.
So I'm not the oddball here, apparently. Because
So you're
when
not the only one.
because when he asked me, hey, so did you check your ads manager and see whether are there any rogue campaigns or whatever? I said no. Why? Because we have cases whereby they come in, they set up their own campaigns, they have their route to own different URLs. I said okay, I'm clean, so thankful. Then after that, only I realized that the client's one got like that similar case. Yeah. So lucky for
The
me,
client one is actually under your BM lah, the affected BM lah.
yeah, because they assign us to manage ma.
Jason, you want to share with us basically what's the step for you to turn on the two-factor authentication since we're talking about this?
Okay, first thing first, I think your Facebook profile need to set up two-step authentication.
Okay. So
2FA
Facebook profile?
authentication. Facebook profile has to go through
Personal
that.
himself, yeah.
Personal
Right.
itself has to go through that because I think a lot of people don't have it. So if you are, I mean, to be frank, if you ask me, I think Facebook profile is quite critical to a lot of people, to us, at least to me right now, because in fact, I use Facebook to log into a lot of places. I can't remember password anymore. We have a gazillion password to remember. We can't do that. So so we will use all these. So I think your personal Facebook account has to have the 2FA. And then after that, right, if you run ads on Facebook, your personal account, I would suggest that I strongly recommend that you go to your BM. You use Business Manager instead of personal ad account.
Yep.
There are still
Okay.
people who are using personal ad account simply because your personal ad account you can do prepaid. Some people like the feature.
Yeah.
You can do prepaid account, meaning that you put money in, then only you start spending.
Yep.
Some people like this feature. I don't know why, but okay, I understand. But then again, because BM has another 2FA ma.
But then again, if you were to use a personal ad account, right, you cannot have more than one person looking at the ad account. If I'm not mistaken.
You can add admin, but
Oh,
as individual going into your ad account, it's like a super 2000 kind of way to go in.
Aiyo.
2010 kind of way, meaning that as I started 2010, that year kind of way. If you want somebody to manage for you, you need to be friend with the guy, and then after that you bring the guy in to your ad account, those kind of stuff. There are still people doing that. Like Richard say 400 ringgit top up max per cycle. I mean, some people like it really. I can top up. There are still people who talk to me about top up. That's why I said, I mean, this is really something because if your personal account is a lot easier to be compromised. But at least you have a 2FA, that's one thing. And then the second thing is you have to go to when you go to your business manager, then not just your ad account is protected, your other pages and everything is protected, because it will be protected by the BM itself. But even now we know from GY story,
apparently not the case, right?
There could be some shit that can still hit the fan. So but at least we have all these precautions now. Then we can actually kind of report to Facebook.
But in most cases, I think if you're running your own ad account with your own BM where you don't accept or manage other, unless you're an agency, I think GY's case is unique because he's an agency and he manages other people's ad account. So along the way, like I said, there's always a possible chain that one is broken, and that's the cause of the penetration or attack. But if your own account, then basically you manage your profile. So follow Jason's advice. Make sure you have 2FA installed for your profile. Second thing is don't use your personal ad manager. Use a business manager because that adds another layer of 2FA. So you have 2 layers of 2FA set up. And like GY suggested, this is not his first case. It's not the only one. Apparently, there are many others. So it's a wake-up call for any one of you who are listening.
Really a wake-up call.
Yeah. Make sure you secure this.
And it's like Facebook suggested, it's always good to have backup admins. Yeah. But but I don't think you don't need that many. I mean, if imagine that
one
account got 7, 8 admins full access one, it's very scary, Meaning one more admin, that's one more risk point,
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you can have backup admins, just in case, someone left the company or someone is not happy or whatever, fine. But if it's 7, 8, 10 kind of admins full access, all with a shield.
No one in the right mind will do 7 or 8 admins. But just one question.
I have experienced that.
So the money spent, you have to pay for it.
Now that's the thing. So this is rogue spending, okay? So it's already built in a way. So if we raise this issue with Facebook, we brought it as a case. If the case is solid, right, are they going to reimburse us as Facebook credits?
No idea.
They definitely cannot reimburse money to you, right?
They won't.
It doesn't, they don't like reverse charge thing. It doesn't work that way.
Reverse charge, they have to bear the transaction fee now.
Yeah.
Of course, they will give you Facebook credit if they got no choice.
Probably they will give you credit lah. Probably if you have a case, then they might give you that lah. If it's
So
a case,
one question. So in this kind of scenario, most people put credit card for the payment. Can you use PayPal, right? I remember Facebook.
now no more lor. Now credit card, credit card.
No, all credit card, no PayPal already.
It's all credit
No
card,
PayPal.
all credit card.
PayPal.
No PayPal, no PayPal. It's all credit card. Because I know what you're thinking. Because PayPal can have some backdoor, in a way.
Okay, one more stupid question. It's better to use credit card or use debit card?
I think it's a preference thing.
I always thought debit card because there's a limit. In the worst case,
also a limit.
limit use up.
In-
But
in-
I read debit card's protection is lesser than credit card. If I'm not wrong, because I'm not a professional. I think credit card
I-
protection is
I also can't answer this question. I have no clue, man. Seriously.
In a way, if I've come across cases whereby you subscribe to software service, using debit card, using debit card, and let's say, for example, you found out that the software service is actually a rogue service, meaning down the line they decided to close the company, but they still charge you. So you call up the bank. The bank said, since you entered this into the system, they cannot reverse charge or whatever. The only way they cannot block the future transactions also. The only way you can do is to terminate the card. I mean, replace the card.
That's
Yeah.
a very easy way to go through lah.
Yeah. So meaning you come here, they'll give you a card. It's very fast lah. You just get a new card lah. No problem. They'll just snap the old card into half.
even the credit card, you put a very low limit, it doesn't help because they still bill you, right? As in, even you put the threshold high.
So
It doesn't block, right?
But the only problem is if, let's say, everything is tied to your debit card, and because of that rogue transaction, you terminate that card, you have to re-register to all. Let's say, for example, you have 123RF, you have Shutterstock, you have Canva, for example, everything. So you have to re-register everything again.
But this is very rare issue lah. You are just trying to put all the necessary precaution in case shit happens. Armageddon scenario. You want to block all the things.
So while the case is being under investigation, the ad account was blocked, meaning they disabled the ad account. Yes.
Yeah.
So you cannot run ads. You
Obviously, I mean, makes sense.
Yeah. Even though you manage to
I
get
see,
inside,
yeah.
you can see account error.
Yeah. Lockdown. They
Yeah,
do a
lockdown.
complete lockdown.
So what do? You create a new ad account.
Or maybe that's the original intention. They want you to block you for a few days. 7 days or how many days roughly? Block you for-
Facebook is very, very honest. On official writing, they'll say 24 to 48 hours. But,
yeah, right.
but my account manager say, I'm giving you a real case expectations right now. Can go on for weeks and even months. So yeah. So if that's the case, might as well I just create a new ad account. Okay.
So let me bring this up a bit. Yeah, because Richard said some people scared overspending. I mean, you blur also. I also blur lah. Actually, I agree with you because I also don't understand why when you put like that, And back to your question, maybe Manfred's question. Bob said depending on the credit card, Big Pay or ATM card. Makes sense lah. Big Pay is an e-wallet card in a way. It's like so I think they are different. I don't know. I never really understand these things. So if there's anyone from banking line or you're familiar with this thing, please do share more insights on this thing. But other than that, just like we have 4 marketers over here, man. Is there any interesting scenario that we have faced before that you believe can actually bring it up and share here as one of a precaution? Just like some best practices that you kind of like you hit into some shit like what CY did, and you solve the problem, and you want to share with us if there's anything. So I give you guys time to think about this, but I want to share another situation, which is like what I mentioned just now. The BM got taken over. So what happened is now you were lucky that you were able to come in and request it to come back to you, because you, in a way, you are still in there, and you are the so-called the business manager,
Owner.
of all this, the owner of the whole thing. In a way, although you are being demoted, they know that you are the owner of this thing.
Yeah.
What happened to my client back then was the page was transferred out to another BM.
Oh, shit.
Oh, the page is so valuable, man.
Close to 200,000, or you say that?
Oh,
You say that?
Wait. They transfer to another BF for what?
They transfer the ownership of that Facebook page to another BM.
Okay.
ownership,
Ownership, meaning that the page is now owned by another business manager, Now, but
Scary,
the interesting part is they still let them have admin access to the page as individual. Like, let's say, Manfred, if you're originally an admin to the page, right, you are still admin to the page. But the freaking page now is owned by another business manager, which means you can't take away. Although you are admin, but BM level admin is higher level.
But my admin at any time can be revoked lah.
You as admin, you are just being able to administer the Facebook page, but you can't do like ownership transfer of the Facebook page.
It doesn't trigger any AI when
No shit,
business.
man.
Huh?
Nothing, man. All these
Nothing.
freaking thing, I tell you, it's that crappy, lah. But it was a few years ago, 2-3 years ago.
Right.
So what
because
happened
when
was
you transfer, there should be some alert or
Actually,
notification.
no alert, one.
Also,
For those who have experienced page ownership transfer,
Hmm.
okay, it just need to be approved by one of the admin of that original page. Then done deal.
Wow.
Mm.
Holy shit.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Scary.
So what happened back then for this case was we went through a ownership claim exercise. Ownership claim exercise means you need to submit some document, like your company registration, and you need to write a lawyer letter because it's a listed company. So you need to write a lawyer letter. Yeah. So basically, all these are the processes that we have to go through, lah. But we got it back within a week or two, lah. I think we got it back within a week or two. Lucky thing is, I have no idea why the hacker never did any shit on the page.
so the
You just
recipient
imagine
of,
they start posting nonsense.
the recipient of the ownership of the Facebook page can sue them.
You don't even
So
know who.
Don't even know who.
Do you even know who?
Unless the counterpart is a company, lah, then you sue, lah. But the counterpart is a hacker, you sue who?
But can't you trace through the business manager?
I don't know. I mean, this is you have to ask Facebook already.
Yeah. Because somebody has to. You got to go to a process to register, and although you don't need identification in order to set up.
So what happened for their case is this, one of the full admin got compromised. So what they did was very simple. The full admin, okay, the BM of the new admin, the admin of the new BM requested ownership of this page, and the full admin approved it. Done.
Right.
To
Just,
so maybe next time when you want to create a new admin, you must have 2 admin to approve.
Now as Richard mentioned that adding people
seems
you
to be
need
the
to admin
case,
already. But if talking about Facebook page within the BM, you can't control, you can't set it to have 2 admin approved or 1 admin approved.
Yeah, there's not that.
It's not something that you can set.
Which leads to the next thing also. That means your email, which is used to register for all these services, has to have 2-factor authentication set up.
Back to email already.
A lot of people do not set up 2-factor authentication for your email. That's a source.
Email also. In fact, everything you should have 2FA lah.
Everything you should.
Gmail also 2FA already nowadays, but
Gmail memang already 2FA lah.
Yeah. But then if you corporate accounts has to set through your G Suite as to enforce across everyone, because sometimes a lot of people G Suite is not Google workflow, they call it. it's not that really user friendly. So unless you know what you're doing,
Oh, yeah,
you
man.
have to be able to set. Yeah.
So maybe
Um,
even the email address name, if
Hmm.
your company is say something at Great Eastern Life, then the style of naming tan dot L dot K or something like that, then people can guess.
Hmm.
So when you register the email also make sure it's a different kind of email. Then make it
Yeah.
difficult.
There's only big companies do that, you see.
But what's the
Big-
point of
big
making the
companies.
email difficult?
Don't use a usual format. That's for
No lah.
That's for
Everybody,
email, man.
you can easily see.
Your email is public, or how can you hide? Hey, Andrew went away.
so-
Grant, how can you hide your email? How can you actually say that, oh, my email is hard to guess? What for?
mm.
You don't want people to email you?
sign
But it's
up
the
email.
password lah.
The password of course must be difficult to guess.
Password must be difficult to guess lah.
Include all the
Yep.
symbols and the
Yep.
numbers and the
Yep.
capital in the random order.
So email two-factor authentication, make sure that's set up either it's corporate or personal.
Speaking of 2FA, I got an email from Google Ads. Google, I'm not sure whether you guys got it already or not. Probably you check your email lah. Starting from 14th of March, Google Ads will enforce 2FA also.
So
Oh,
maybe
yes.
something also happened over there and also.
I have that, but the problem here is every time I want to set up my 2FA, it lead me to nowhere. I don't know if you experienced that or not.
Google is not
It
meant
lead me to
for
nowhere.
normal
Not for
people.
human, you're trying to say that it's not meant for human, what the hell? So it lead me to nowhere, no. I couldn't set up my 2FA.
Andrew, what you say?
Holland.
And I was like, actually, I did it several times. I did at least
Yeah.
I did it 5 times because it appeared in my Facebook ads. I mean, the Google Ads
Right.
Manager, the notification asked me to set up 2FA. I follow, go over, nowhere. And I was like, what the fuck?
For the life of me, I don't know why the help pages are so complicated that you literally have to read 10, 20 times to understand. And after that, you still don't understand because they don't tell you exactly how to do it. I don't know, why don't you just record a freaking video now that they own
Yes,
YouTube
exactly.
anyways and say, okay, step 1, step 2. So at least visually you see, you can know, you see.
Changing
Exactly.
the order.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand these people. Hey, what about you guys? Whoever is watching, Richard and Bob, and anyone else who's watching, anything interesting that you experienced before for your digital marketing activities that you believe it's quite important for people to take notice. Like, to be frank, business manager got hostile takeover is shit. Facebook page got hostile takeover is also shit. You know.
man.
Because all these involves a lot of things, like your brand asset. It's for Facebook page, there's definitely a brand asset. And of course, the ad account is your money at stake.
Yeah.
So I think it's quite important for us to understand. That's why when it comes to digital marketing, if there's anything that we wish for you to take away from our discussion tonight, we are waiting for anyone else to share with us. Like Richard was saying, not all the ISPs, internet service provider, right? ISP, is that what?
Yeah, ISPs.
Yeah. So these are all the certain thing, but I guess as we are going a lot more digital, we also have to understand that we are also a lot more vulnerable. We are also a lot more vulnerable. Let me bring Andrew back.
Yeah, why am I getting kicked out all the while?
I don't know what happened to you.
I think the hacker knows that you talk
Oh,
too much.
shit. Okay,
Oh,
lah.
shit.
Hey, go
Okay.
back and change password, everybody. Whoever who's watching, the hacker is watching as well. The hacker is watching as well,
I
You
don't
see,
know, man.
my nick also uses 2FA whenever you change NS, which is a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah, which is a good thing.
Hmm.
So 2FA is actually the way to go already.
On DDoS.
Oh,
How about
DDoS.
this thing?
Wow.
Anyone of
DDoS.
you experience this thing?
Denial of service. How the hell do you do this, man?
DDoS, what do you mean by that?
Richard, do share, man. Can we bring him
Yeah,
online?
we should
and then
share. DDoS. I mean, DOS is it's more like a server level kind of stuff, right?
Yep.
And Richard was saying iOS apps have sudden surge of China and Eastern Europe downloads and subscribers. Well, that's really on the download side. I don't know.
Okay.
Share more, please, Richard. I think it's quite interesting. What was your precaution? What was the step that you believe that we should take for whatever situation, like DDoS attack? DDoS attack, I think, have I experienced?
DDoS.
I don't think so, lah.
DDoS, not us. lah.
I don't think
Unless
so.
you
lah.
have your own set of
Website,
servers and all those things.
That's for
I
website.
do have
There's more for. Oh, you do have. Wow. So what happened?
DDoS on. Luckily, we had Cloudflare in place lah.
Hmm.
So the attack was from Holland.
Wow.
That was many years back lah. So the attack was Holland. Oh, Holland. Why? So luckily, I mean, at the point of time, luckily we had Cloudflare in place lah.
I see.
So it's good to have Cloudflare, even though if you are on the free one, at least it's something.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cloudflare. So it's more for if you have a website, you should consider doing this thing.
If you own your own web server, lah. If
Yeah.
not, most of us, run through a third party web servers, and then those things can use geolocking. Richard has what? Use geolocking the app and website as protection.
You should look in
What
the
do you
app.
mean? Let me bring this up.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Limit to the countries.
This one I did. I do have practices like this before.
Wow.
We develop e-commerce websites for clients, and on the back end of the CMS, we also implemented software level kind of protection. So from there, not saying we are racist, but we block out countries that the merchant, the client, don't really do business with. For example, those country names that we can't even pronounce, we remove. Those more on the South African ones, remove.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's a very interesting strategy. I think it sounds
You
legit.
just try to.
No,
try
you
to
don't do business there in this country.
Yeah. For example, you don't even ship to that location anyway.
Yeah.
So
So no point
No matter
having
how-
presence there. Yeah, okay.
Makes sense. I think that's something that we can actually.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's a
Yeah.
choice
I
preference.
think CAPTCHA that works also, right? CAPTCHA.
Capture is definitely yes. Capture definitely
Because,
important.
I was using all the free Ahref tools, like the keyword generator. Every goddamn thing CAPTCHA. Then I use too much. Then they ask me show me which one is the chimney. Then I click all the pictures.
Actually, Captcha reduced my spam because we have this inquiry form.
Right.
At one point, I was receiving more than 100 inquiries every day, and I was like, "What the? Wow, so good business! All crabs lah,
Oh, jang lah.
all jang lah." So eventually, implement Captcha, 搞掂咯.
Hmm.
Implement
Bots,
reCAPTCHA,
those are
搞掂.
bots.
Those are all bots lah. Because as long as your website have some forms or anything that people can fill in, that is really vulnerable for all this. Because people will always try. That's why for certain website that we do not want to allow people to sign up as a free member, we just block out the free sign up. So if we come back to the website thing, right, one thing that we do is we avoid using the original, the WordPress login, WordPress WP-admin. We change that destination. So that will kind of, because everybody is using the WP-admin, so it's like
There are certain plugins that make it into another URL. And sometimes on that layer also you can have another layer of passwords also, which is also good.
Yeah, Richard was saying generally exclude from hot countries. I mean, I get what you mean.
Hot.
I get what you
Those
mean.
very hot country.
It's a more politically correct way to word it.
Yeah.
Well, password phrase also needs to be extended. Nowadays, I think those days we used to do 6.
Every
then we
6 months
extended
you
to
change
8. No, not only that, you need to add up to maybe 12 to 16 characters. Password
Alphanumeric,
phrase.
symbols.
Yeah.
16 characters.
No, because nowadays with the computing power that's available, your password deciphering tools gets very fast. It may take months, those days take months, take days. Now it basically take days already to decipher.
Serious.
Yeah.
That's very
So
interesting.
your password phrase has to be a bit more robust.
Then you can set up all sorts of weird secret questions like your forefather.
No, can I check?
How many
The
generations?
laptop can scan thumbprint or scan eye. No, handphone can, but laptop does it accept? No, is there device?
Not my crappy old MacBook lah.
No, there are devices I can plug into laptop, scan your thumbprint or scan your eye, right?
Yep, there is a movement called FIDO, which is basically they have third-party dongles, which is associated with your password, and then when you log in, you kind of plug in the dongle physically into your notebook or your PC, and then it syncs with your website.
But
to
it
do
will
that.
not replace password, right? You still have to have password lah.
Eventually, that dongle is supposed to replace your, because that dongle is your proof of identity. So,
Can replace it in the future
yeah.
lah.
Yeah. So Google has already jumped into the FIDO alliance. So we'll see lah. But the only issue is then you have a physical element, or just like those two-factor tokens of those days lah.
Wow, still got such thing. Seriously, I don't even
Yeah.
know where I place my bank.
Yeah, you
the
place
the
your token, then
shit.
people can steal your token also. It's possible.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Also, it's
But then at
possible.
least that means it has to be physical. It has to be a physical theft floor as opposed to a virtual theft. You see.
No, but if you use thumbprint or scan your iris, like phone,
Yep. They're moving towards that. I think the physical token is a stopgap. Eventually, they're moving towards that already.
so those devices, I'm not sure how cheap or expensive it is. Not cheap, right? Also, right? Scanning your thumbprint or
No, I don't think it's gonna be cheap lah.
I really don't like the Apple one that they scan your face. So when you sleep, I don't know whether people can.
Why would you want to scan your face while you're sleeping?
Your wife want to check your phone.
Just give her the password lah. Don't need to scan your face so kanchong. You're going to scan. You have to open your eye. The key is the eye.
Oh, the eye.
The key is the eye.
Nothing to hide, man. They can check all the phones, whatever it is.
Yeah.
There's nothing to hide.
It's actually the eye, because if you show
No,
your
it's face.
right,
Facial recognition is not
no,
eye.
the eye is very important.
I thought iPhone is facial recognition.
But if your eye look elsewhere, it won't open.
Oh, I see. Iris scanner. Wow.
Photo?
Okay.
No, cannot. I never
that's-
try lah. I never try lah.
I try off glasses so cannot lah.
Okay.
But when I wear my sunglasses, it can.
Oh,
Oh, you can see my eye. I don't know how.
Okay, man.
It's
So
very interesting.
I think the key
Reminding
takeaway
them.
now is secure all your access points from emails all the way to your Facebook or social media accounts.
In a way lah. But then again, it's still very vulnerable. Like what UI said, he has enabled all the damn shit already.
Right.
everything.
Then it still
No.
can happen.
But at least it makes it a bit difficult. Now that brings the next question. If it is so easy, or if it's so convenient for somebody, despite all your security measures that's in place, you start to wonder what the hell will happen to your data.
I will. It's very true.
Yeah.
Because data is that's the currency, ma. I mean, getting into your so-called BM and try to run ads using your budget to do this, that's very low level stuff, you see.
This is called low level.
Your data, no, but in terms of value, because it's easily discoverable, right? But capturing data is the one that actually is a lot more valuable because nobody knows. Has somebody actually captured your data without you don't know what?
But that's provided you have access to the server, check the log lah. If you copy, there will be traces behind one.
Yeah, your bank accounts, your
cannot be
credit card
replaced,
details. Imagine how many BMs in the world. I mean, what the last count was what 27 million ad managers or ad accounts.
27 million, the many.
Yeah.
You see, if Facebook is already facing so much issue, I bet TikTok is definitely not developed for this yet. Then they will have issues also.
Hard to say lah. TikTok has different technology. Maybe from China, they are more robbers because hacker more gao. I don't know.
Maybe the East Europeans and the Russians or the Ukrainians actually will love to hack TikTok or
I
ByteDance.
don't know. I don't know.
No idea. But
It's
But
another
I
angle.
believe
protect
all
yourself.
as long as it's digital, it's definitely vulnerable in one way or another.
Yeah.
But we can't run away from this, you see. So where are we heading into? I think that's the kind of like a very interesting situation. Because the more dependent we are on the digital side, because I believe all businesses are somehow or other, we are using one of all these. I'm not sure whether you're on TikTok or not. Luckily, I'm not. Don't need to worry another one. But then again, Manfred is, Manfred. Okay. So,
yeah, we better disassociate our account from Manfred, man. all the sharing, yeah.
that's so.
But
yeah.
yeah, the pandemic has ensured that everybody has to be on digital, whether you like it or not. So
Unless
there you
you
go.
And I think GY also has multiple different emails for different purposes. You don't just
Oh,
use
yeah.
one email address
Definitely.
everything you different email address
Official correspondence with government, one email.
Yeah.
Then sign up
You
all
should
those
separate,
free, sign up all those free SEMrush multiple emails.
one is your rubbish@gmail.com do all the
Yeah.
rubbish email.
And all the Yahoo ones, I don't know what is inside.
Wow, you still got Yahoo, huh?
Oh, yes.
I need to get back to my Yahoo account, but I totally lost it already. I don't think I can get it back anymore.
I even have one Hotmail since Form 4, man.
Wow.
My Hotmail, I lost it. You know,
Okay,
everything I
man,
lost.
you can NFT the bugger already. You can NFT the bugger.
Wait, Richard was saying something, you know, data hard to protect also because some people get spam SMS
Yep.
and WhatsApp.
PDB
Yeah,
is
true
useless.
lah, true lah. Seriously, actually, the phone number is the hardest to protect. Don't ever go and remember somebody say that whatever AAABBB is protecting you. Phone number so easily to get. I mean, every day I at least receive 1 or 2 calls from all those. Oh, do you want this service and all that shit? Nonsense.
I know, that's why.
I want to check. In Singapore, we always receive those automated call. Your Malaysia also receive, right?
Oh.
Automated call.
What automated
As in,
call?
robot lah. They say I'm
God.
in Chinese. Someone I'm calling from DHL. Your parcel is contain provision.
I just received another. Yeah, I just received another call asking. I mean, saying that they are calling from the tax department.
In China lah.
Yeah, I mean, in Malay.
In Chinese
In Malay, our case
In
is
Malay
in Malay.
Malay one I never before.
Damn canggih. Damn
Proper
canggih
one.
one. They say that they're damn proper ones. Said, oh, if you have whatever outstanding, please press 1 to talk to human. I was like, what the hell? The human can't call me in the first place. I was like, okay, lor. So, shit happened lah. And I just received another SMS the other day saying that, oh, there is a job that I need to go TikTok for about for what I can earn about 200 to 500 ringgit a day.
Yeah, in Singapore there's a lot.
Okay, actually got people believe one.
Really then jialat nowadays.
Like what Richard was saying, that the only main issue is identity theft and abuse and go apply along loan.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it happened. It happened. All these are no longer cybercrime already. It's like really going over to the physical and it's hurting you. That's why somehow or other, for all this digital, it kind of like making us a lot more vulnerable for all these crazy attacks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. And like Richard was saying, go walk at the parking lots. Many cars park with phone number. Yeah, true.
Yes.
Double parking. I don't know whether it happens in Singapore or not. Malaysia is like a habit,
Yeah.
So the phone number must be 2 sets. One is for work, one is for personal.
Both can reach you lah.
Yep.
Both can reach you lah. Anyway, but seriously, quite true. I mean, nothing is really covered lah. Like email address is everywhere, phone number is everywhere. Everybody can call us at any time. That's why, in fact, I stopped picking up calls now.
Unknown numbers.
Unknown numbers.
Yeah.
Actually, phone numbers and email address and name is very easy to collect one. You just need to post a stupid job out there with very high, then people will send. Then you got a lot of leads already. You pay for that much, then you can collect already. Can get one. And there are real people desperate for jobs.
True. So vulnerable.
I'm teaching the wrong thing now.
Doesn't matter lah. I won't even bother to go and post a job. I just go find somebody. I can get it at 100 ringgit. I get them a lot of phone numbers. That's one way. It's so cheap nowadays. Our data. This is really so cheap. So all these, yeah. Anything else you guys want to add? Yeah, I'm just gonna wrap this a little bit.
That being said, we've reached the 1 hour mark.
That being said, we just yam for an hour, and you guys, thanks for joining us for another hour, because this is where we are actually putting TY to training. He's actually training to become.
Yes.
Honestly, he's quite careful already. Still can.
True.
Yep.
So I
paranoid.
assume the likely scenario is maybe your client don't have a 2FA, then the password can guess, as in the robot guess. Then maybe he only put eight character password PASSWORD and go in.
Hey, they're very pantang password.
Then go in, then the robot start to create havoc lah.
Yeah.
I guess just shit happened now, and you are the unlucky one because one shot two accounts gonna.
Yeah.
But if there is anything that we want you to take away tonight, guys, which is really be very careful. Enable the 2FA, which is very important. And yeah, just be extra careful and pay more attention to all these details as and when shit happen. At least you're like CY lah. He got to know it really fast, and then he can minimize the whatever impact.
I took action pretty much immediately.
The notification must be up lah. As in any changes sent to email, then the email is only for
The real email, not the rubbish@gmail.com lah.
not the rubbish@gmail.com lah. As in, then all the necessary precaution lah, because just like it's like spear and the shield lah. Whatever people can do or you can think of, they have to counter it lor.
True. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this, but true. My friend, you want to do your
Yeah, I'm trying to do my whole one.
wow? But wait, what do I see? TikTok. Oh, Manfred, what talk TikTok?
I'm trying to share the TikTok.
TikTok again.
Yeah, TikTok. Okay, can you share the
Give me a
inside
second.
the okay, can you see the screen?
Where is the screen? Wait, okay, it's just coming up.
Yeah, can you see?
Did I?
So
Wait,
this is
I need to show it to the screen. Wait. Slow down. Slow down.
There you
down.
go. All right.
What's that all about?
Are you able to
Okay.
tick and are you able to talk?
It's very cold.
Damn cold, man.
Cool, man.
Okay, what is this about, man?
Okay, basically it's like a Facebook ads library lah. So you can see the best practices, the video. See,
Oh,
I was thinking FB can have people can see on what people are doing. This is showcase then there's top ads also.
This
idea
is
lah.
an TikTok's
Inspiration
ad
lah.
library, is it?
That's just like ads library lah.
Oh, okay.
I think they should, I think this is very useful because to a lot of people, they still can't figure out how the TikTok ads work,
So
what should
Chiwa, I
you
give
do?
you some example. Actually, this one no big deal lah. If you curious, you go and find. Then hashtag also.
I just
Hashtag
one
song.
question. I noticed TikTok they allowed to run all this copyrighted music and all this. Isn't there's no restriction as to
I
using
think there are
copyrighted
certain
music?
songs. I haven't tried that before. There are only some certain songs.
Because in Facebook you don't allow that, right? If you run an ad
Are you
using a
interested in
copyrighted,
Invisalign?
you get
You don't want
flagged.
to have to take those goopy impressions? Well, let me introduce you to the Eye Terror. This thing is
Okay, what's
There
that?
are, I think there's some certain songs that you can use.
I think on Facebook,
You're not-
advertisement,
Yeah.
I don't think you are allowed to lah.
Yeah, but TikTok, even organic, I see people using so-called a lot of
Yeah,
songs,
you
which
can-
is
Organic,
No,
they
from-
don't. I don't think they don't really care. But on Instagram, you can use the song in Instagram, but you can't download. Yeah, something like that.
So okay, today I'll share this one. The link. I think Jason will.
Yeah,
will
already put it up. Thank you, Manfred.
right.
Thanks for the
TikTok
website.
ads
Guys,
library.
I want to take this opportunity. Anybody playing with Discord and Twitch, please reach out to me. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Mm.
Discord and
Some other-
Twitch.
Discord, yeah.
There's a growing,
Discord,
constantly growing.
Discord and Twitch. You just ask gamers. I got a Discord account.
I'm playing with it lah. The gamer will know lah. Because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
asking my nephew to teach me how to use Discord. My nephew, I think kids these days are amazing. First is parents go Facebook, they get out of Facebook, they go IG, they go Twitter. Now they go Discord. No,
Right.
some adults simply see Discord. I don't even know what server they can this interface. Last time was also. So I'm trying to be ahead of the curve. But honestly, Discord can be a little bit challenging for me. So I'm asking for help.
You also challenging, I think.
Go liao,
Okay. I wait for you to figure out because at least you have already mastered TikTok, and we are like TikTok beginner. I don't even begin it already. I kind of like deleted the app already. So at least Manfred is already ahead.
Very active on TikTok.
So
Very active. Okay.
awesome, guys. Thank you so much for sharing, TY. Really, it was
Thank
really
you. Thank you.
insightful
Yep.
and painful. But then
Painful.
again, it's very interesting, which I believe can be a very good learning point for a lot of us. So remember, guys, take care of your digital assets, especially if you run ads. These are all money at stake and your brand at stake. So let's be
Take care of your
Extra.
digital footprint.
PSA advice from the three marketers.
Yes.
four.
Those who fail most are
For
wins.
marketers.
Okay. All right,
Okay,
guys,
thanks.
thank you so much for joining
Right.
us.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, everyone.
as usual, we will do these every Wednesday night. If you like what we do, you can actually go back to our YouTube channel or on my Facebook page to look at all the past episodes. We had 75 of them that talks about not just
26
about the
already.
precautions and, so it's long, 70 over hours. I don't know whether you want to bring 10, but go for those related topics. There are a lot of topics that we have covered. So go over, and if there's anything that you want to suggest to us, please let us know. Drop me a message on Facebook or YouTube, and we'll talk to you next week, same time, 10 o'clock. I'll see you. We will see you, on the Tree Marketing Show. Thank you so much. Good night. Bye.
Good night.
Bye bye.
Bye.